By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build a real SaaS product on the side without quitting your job or losing your mind. And the last strategy I'm going to share is something most indie hackers don't figure out until they've already failed once or twice. So grab your coffee and let's get into it. Here's the truth nobody talks about enough. You don't need a technical co-founder. You don't need $200,000 in funding. You just need to start with one person who has a specific problem and is willing to pay to solve it. That's it. That's the whole game. Point one, validate before you build anything. This is where most people get it backwards. They spend 6 months building a product, launch it on Product Hunt, and then wonder why nobody's buying. Instead, go find your future customer first. Head over to Reddit communities in your niche. Join Facebook groups where your target user hangs out. Send 15 direct messages on LinkedIn. Ask them what they're struggling with. Don't pitch anything. Just listen. Here's a concrete example that works every time. Create a simple landing page with a waitlist form. Use Card or Framer. Spend $30 on a domain. Write 3 sentences about the problem you solve. Put a Stripe link on the page, even if the product doesn't exist yet. Call it a pre-order. See if anyone actually pays. If 3 people give you their credit card before you've written a single line of code, you have a real business. If nobody bites, you just saved yourself 6 months of wasted effort. Gumroad Sahalmated calls this the 1,000 true fans approach, but you don't need 1,000. You need 5 people who desperately want what you're building. Those 5 become your beta users. They become your testimonials. They become the foundation you build everything else on. Now, here's where most people give up. They think they need to learn to code. They sign up for a Python course. They get overwhelmed by syntax errors and abandon tutorials. 3 weeks later, they haven't built anything and they've lost all momentum. Point 2. Use no-code tools to ship your MVP in weeks, not months. The ecosystem in 2024 is so good, it's almost ridiculous. You can build a fully functional SaaS using Bubble for the web app, Airtable for your database, and Zapper to connect everything together. Total monthly cost when you're starting out, under $50. Let me give you a real story. A designer named Tom Hurst used Bubble to build a booking tool for personal trainers. He charged $49 per month per trainer. Within 4 months, he had 30 paying customers. That's almost $1,500 in recurring monthly revenue. He did it while working full-time at a marketing agency. He never wrote a line of code. Here's the thing about no-code MVPs. They're not the final product. They're a proving ground. You're testing whether your idea has legs before you invest in a proper technical foundation. If the no-code version starts getting traction, that's when you either hire a developer or learn to code yourself. But you're making that decision from a place of data, not speculation. The tools have gotten so powerful that waiting to build the real thing is just procrastination dressed up as quality control. Ship the ugly version. Get real feedback. Iterate. If this is making sense so far, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this every week. And the next point is the one I've been most excited to share. Okay, let's talk about the part that actually changes everything. Point 3. Your pricing model is more important than your product. I watched this happen in real time with a company called ConvertKit. They started as a simple email marketing tool for bloggers. Their first pricing tier was $9 per month. It was too cheap. They were drowning in support requests from users who paid barely anything but expected white glove service. Then they made a change. They raised their entry-level price to $29 per month. They added a free tier with real limits. Revenue went up. Support load went down. User quality improved. Within 18 months, they were doing over $10 million in annual recurring revenue. Here's what that story teaches you. The fastest way to validate whether people actually want your product is to charge them. A free tier feels generous, but it often attracts users who will never convert to paid. Meanwhile, you're supporting them, debugging their issues, and burning through your time without building a sustainable business. Start with a simple 2-tier structure, a personal plan and a pro plan. Price the personal plan at a point where losing the customer would sting a little. For most B2B SaaS tools, that's between $19 and $49 per month. For B2C, you can go lower, but watch your churn like a hawk. A 2023 study by ProfitWell found that SaaS companies who priced above their market median saw 40% higher customer lifetime values. The ones who underpriced to compete had higher churn and lower satisfaction scores. People don't value what they get for free. They don't value what they get for almost nothing either. Let that sink in for a second. You could build the exact same product as someone else, charge twice as much, and actually have happier customers. Because price signals quality. It signals that you believe in what you've built, and that belief is contagious. So here's where you started versus where you are now. You learned how to validate an idea before wasting months building something nobody wants. You learned that no code tools can get you to revenue in weeks instead of years. And you learned that your pricing strategy is the single most impactful lever you have as a side project founder. That's more than most people will ever learn. Most people spend their whole careers working on ideas that were never validated, with pricing strategies borrowed from competitors, and wondering why their side project never took off. You don't have to be most people. If this video helped you see things differently, share it with someone who's been stuck in the planning phase for too long. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. I've got something even better coming next week. See you then.